Reason and Faith is here. He said a young woman is in many cultures susceptible to grooming without the life experience to realize they are not going to be the one to change a player. Exactly, I agree. And Holy Human Nuria Khan is there as well. She made a very good point as well. She said, exactly, Seek the truth. There's so many examples where his argument just doesn't fly. I think she's referring to Vidu's argument. But anyway, we're not going to go in that.
Guys, check out both of these channels. Go check out Reason and Faith. It's a really good channel on YouTube. And wait, let me endorse both of the channels, okay? Reason of Faith and Faith is a really good channel, so make sure you go check it out. And also...
Holy Humanist Nuria Khan.
Holy Humanist is also with Nuria Khan. Is also a good channel.
I'm just going to read it. I'm just going to read her point, and this is why I was telling you, Vidu, that intent freaking matters. Intent matters when I scam you or when I scam a girl, when I mislead a girl. So Nuria is saying in a court of law you would be judged. Intent matters. If there's no intent, there's no crime. You know, like they even motive. They also ask for motive for murder. They have to show you motive, like intent. Like there was jealousy, he hated her, whatever. So if the intent matters, if I'm only going to do something, I'm going to mislead you, I'm going to take your virginity on a false premise or whatever, then that is going to fly. And coupled with all of that, this deception. Any guy who's ever talked to a girl, you would know at some point people lie. People say that, like sometimes people give a false impression that you make more money than you actually do. You are more successful than you actually are. All of those are little lies. I know we can't have laws for everything.
You can't. That's what I was just going to say. How are you going to legislate for that?
I get it. I get it. But then, as Armin said, when gaslighting involves, it gets complicated. It turns into abusive relationships. It goes on for longer. And then, like all these things happen. So
you can say he's being unethical and he's...
that's what I said.
But he's not breaking the law. In this one particular thing, that is all I'm saying. There was nothing in that was unlawful.
I did say unethical. I did say
that's fine.
That's why
that is the point I was making. That's the point I was making, and that's not the same thing. So people mention here grooming gangs. I assume they're referring to the grooming gangs in the UK. The grooming gang in the UK, they're under 15. They were younger, and secondly, they were actually plied with alcohol and drugs to get them dependent. This didn't happen here. There's a massive difference between that and being chauffeured around in Ubers and limousines. That's the part that annoyed me, and the part that annoys I feel sympathy for the girl, but also, where are the parents of that girl? Your parents been driven around by Tristan Tate.
They don't know that. Parents might not know. Like I know that.
Why don't they know? Why don't they know?
Vidu, that's the same argument as saying where the parents why they're letting her wear a skirt on the side of the road. Like
skirt is one thing. Skirt.
No, it's the same thing.
No, skirt. You can wear whatever you
want.
Teenagers can driven around by another dude.
Teenagers can freaking deceive.
If my daughter was being driven by she's 16.
You wouldn't. Your daughter's not going to tell you, Daddy, I'm going with the 40-year-old dude in his freaking Bugatti. She's not going to tell you. She's going to say, Daddy, I'm going to Jasmine's house.
The one guy that could protect you, i.e. your father, you're not telling him.
No, I'm saying, yes, she doesn't know. Yeah, of course she's not telling you. Yeah, but teenagers are like that. You're going to punish a teenager for freaking lying? We expect that if a child runs out of the house unaccompanied, we expect that adults are not going to take advantage of them. That's the kind of society we want to create. We don't want to go, oh, there's a baby running around, there's a child running around the street, parents are not around, let me pounce on him.
You're being idealistic. In a perfect world, so anyone can walk out and then nothing will happen.
But I know I'm not being idealistic.
Real world, that's not what happens.
Yes,
that's
so
why
exactly.
we lock our doors at night.
So you agreed. So you agree that is we don't want to live in that world. Yes, and it does happen in the real world, and we condemn those people.
I'm preparing my kids for the world that actually exists.
Yeah, but would you condemn that person? This is what I'm saying. So you condemn these people like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I agree. I condemn the people.
Okay.
Yeah,
good,
that's it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah. And one more thing that I really, really, really wanted to materialize is this one. Federal law. So other than the laws in Romania forbidding grooming of minors into the sex trade. Oh, by the way, some of these girls have actually said that they were 16 and he groomed them. So when the lover boy method, where he actually, when they got into OnlyFans business, all of that. So that is definitely a crime. So yes, you can have the age of consent is 16, so you can have a sexual relationship with a 16+ girl, but you can definitely not solicit sex with them. So anyway, so other than the laws in Romania forbidding grooming of minors into the sex trade, Tristan Tate could face federal charges in the US as well. That's what I want to say. So federal law prohibits an American citizen or resident to travel to a foreign country i.e. Romania, with intent to engage in any form of sexual contact with a minor, defined as person under age of 18 years of age. I think that might not matter because in Romania, the age of consent is 16. It is also illegal to help organize or assist another person to travel for these purposes. So he might fall under to engage in any form of sexual contact with a minor, so which it also includes grooming them into having, have services like OnlyFans or whatnot. So I hope he gets done by the U.S. federal law as well. That would be freaking awesome. If he's obviously done these things, which I think he has, or both of them have. I genuinely believe that.
Get my best-selling book, Why There Is No God, for free. Click on the link for it in the description.